Welcome to the first episode of Adcore Inclusivity Talks, in which we focus on building an inclusive and supportive work environment. I'm Julian, and please join me in welcoming Noy Elimelech, our Head of Digital Advertising. Hi, Noy.
Hi, Julian.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So, Head of Digital Advertising, that's a pretty cool title. How did you reach that?
First of all, I couldn't agree more about the title. My story begins when I was at my degree, my college studies, and I was actually a copywriter for one of the LGBTQ communities on the Israeli university. I was doing the posts for everything that related to those communities, and one day I saw that my posts are not getting enough impressions, are not getting enough likes or comments, and I was like, okay, what's going on? So I started to investigate, and I saw that there is a weird thing called PPC. And I found myself getting very much excited from every sentence I read. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I tried to do my own campaign, and it wasn't work at all. And I told myself, okay, I need to find a job that someone will teach me how to do those things. So I started working on a small agency in Beersheba, which I studied there. I was there for a year. And as the time goes on, I moved to Tel Aviv. I moved to other agencies in Tel Aviv. I spent 5 years in another agency. I did many roles, beginning from PPC campaign manager, after that team leader. And today I'm here at Adcore as the head of digital marketing department.
That's So when did you first realize you were LGBTQ, and do you have a coming out story?
Yeah, sure. I think that the first time I understood that I'm part of the LGBTQ community was when I was 16, when I met my first girlfriend at all. We were together at the Scouts. We were best friends for half a year, and then it became a very big love story between us both. We were together for 3 years, I think, something like that. And nobody knows. Not my friends, not her friends, not our families. I know today that everyone was suspicious, and they was like, okay, what's going on there? But no one talked about it with us. After that, we both went to the army. And after the army, if you will ask my mom, she will tell you that I couldn't suffering this situation anymore. And one day she took me to Aroma. We went to drink coffee. Forgive me if I will start crying. It's a very exciting story for me. And then she started asking about my friends, if they have a boyfriend, and about some gay friends that I have, if they have the same gender boyfriend or girlfriend. And after that, she just told me, okay, and do you have a girlfriend? And I was like, okay, she knows. Oh, my God. Okay, everybody knows. And I was crying for 30 minutes, I think, something like that. But between 30 minutes to 1 hour, I was just crying there. And many people that know us just came by and asked me if everything is okay. And I was like, yeah, everything is okay. Don't worry. And my mom was the coolest person on earth regarding this issue. And she told me, okay, I will tell your father, but you have to tell your brother and sister. I have bigger brother and bigger sister. Back then, my brother lived in China. So I had to flew to China to tell him my story. My sister, I told her after 1 week, I think, and she was like, okay, cool. So when you will have a girlfriend, we can just exchange clothes between us. And I was like, okay, cool reaction. My brother also was very positive about it, and my family is supporting me since day one. Also, my dad, which is the most incredible person on earth, made a big change with the attitude to the LGBTQ community. And today, I'm very proud to say that I have the best family on earth, and they never let me to feel less equal or less good than my brother and my sister. And today, also, my mom is working. She just retired to pension, I think, 2 weeks ago. And she started working about a lecture to give for other parents to the LGBTQ to prepare them for those moments and how you can support your child. So this is in short, my coming out story. And thank you, Mom and Dad, and Eliran and Einav. I love you all.
Well, that's amazing. That's really powerful. And I'm so happy that you have that support.
Thank you.
Yeah. How has your experience been working as an LGBTQ person at Adcore?
I don't think I'm different than anyone else here. I think that also that I'm in a very big position. It gives me, and being an LGBTQ gives me some tolerance that not all the people has, because I went through some things because of my sexual orientation, and it's cool, it's okay. Today I'm a big person and I know how to manage things. But I think that I have the other side of listening and be empathic to my employees that not everyone could have because they didn't go through my life experiences. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh. And have you faced challenges related to your identity in the workplace?
I couldn't say it happened in Adcore, but in previous places I was sometimes a subject for a joke because I'm lesbian, and I'm part of the community. We have our own culture, we have our own events. And one day I remember that one of my managers was just laughing at me and said, "Oh, you're just a lesbian." Also, when I was working, many years ago, when I was in the restaurant industry, some of my employees was like, "Okay, I'm not listening to you because you're a lesbian. I'm not listening to you because you're that." But, when the time goes by and the society is getting more and more, let's say, tolerant against this issue, I see that today it's not similar to my experiences. I know that today teenagers are not have to face the challenges that I had to face, because the society is more and more going towards this issue and not pushing us back. And it's very good in my opinion.
Great. And how can the rest of us support LGBTQ people in a more meaningful way?
I think that the first thing that all of us should do is stop using the gay word as a curse. In Israel, I think today, one of the most common, curse that you tell to each other in, even in a friendly way, is "you gay, you're homo." And nobody stops for a second to think, okay, what is going to do if there is someone in my environment that is gay and didn't come out of the closet? It will keep them there, and they will not come out. So I think that the first thing that all of us should do is to change how we speak and how we say things. I think that the second thing, because of the society is much more acceptable for us, is just don't make it as a big issue. We're just talking about sexual orientation. It's not going to hurt in anyone's life. I don't think it makes someone less smart or even smarter than anyone else. I think that we are the same people, and I'm sure that you could agree with me that all of us are people. Each of us has its own weak points and its own strong points, and I think that this is what matters. It doesn't matter to anyone for what is my sexual orientation.
Absolutely, yeah. And then I wanted to ask you, is there an LGBTQ person that inspires you, that you look up to?
I would say RuPaul, if you know him. RuPaul is, from whom of you that doesn't know him, is a very known and famous drag queen. RuPaul took all of this industry and put it in everyone's faces through the reality shows. I think that he is very supportive in most of the things that related to the LGBTQ community, even health issues that most of us have to face because of our sexual orientations. He's supporting communities and people that need the support to just be yourself and not be in hide. So I think that RuPaul is doing amazing job and is until now. And I remember myself in the 8th grade, I think, between 8 and 9 in the big vacation. I was seeing secretly his Drag Race, and it was the first season. And I was learning a lot about my community just from watching these TV shows. So I think it's a very good, open door for those of you that don't know the LGBTQ community to just get a bit familiar with us, to see how colorful we can be and how happy we can be. We're very happy people. Our flag is colorful, and no one has this colorful flag. So I think that RuPaul will be the best answer for me for your question.
Nice. That's amazing. Is there an Israeli equivalent of RuPaul, someone that inspires like that?
There are some, but none of them made this big successful as Ru did. No one of them did manage to make a reality show or even show it by itself. But I think that there are a lot of drag queens in Israel that are familiar also by straight people and not just by the LGBTQ people. And I think that those people are the pioneers of the LGBTQ in Israel.
Nice. And down. And is there someone professionally that inspires you?
He's not gay.
Okay.
So I don't think he's related that much, but I would say that John Loomer, which is one of the mentors of the digital advertising industry, he has very good ideas. I'm one of his biggest fans of his blog. I think that he is the one that inspires me in that field, but I didn't see anyone that is related to the PPC industry, which is also an LGBTQ member, besides me and 2 more. So I think that it's a good place for us to be the role models for other people to become successful, even though you're gay.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. Maybe you can be the RuPaul of PPC.
I wish.
Yeah. And how do you see Adcore playing a role in advancing inclusion and welcoming of LGBTQ people? Sorry, can I say that again?
Sure.
All right. Sometimes it's hard to the questions.
Yeah. I get you.
How do you see Adcore playing a role in advancing LGBTQ inclusion and advancement in the industry?
So first of all, here I am. I'm part of the LGBTQ, and I'm also a head of department. So I think that this is a good start. But I also think that Adcore doesn't use pinkwashing, because pinkwashing is when you say, okay, I'm contribute to the LGBTQ, I'm supporting them, I'm with them, and then all you do is just making happy hour with the colorful cakes, and that's it. I think that this episode that we are going to broadcast outside is very important to bring the LGBTQ community in Israel to the professional places. I think that Adcore never let me feel different or less equal than anyone else in the company because of my sexual orientation, which is, I think, amazing. It's not an issue here. It's not even part of the day-to-day discussion, even though I'm bringing it up. So I think that Adcore in this manner is doing a very great job, because first of all, I have no different feelings than anyone else here. And also I'm one of the leaders of the company. So I think it's a very good combination to show everyone outside that Adcore is supporting, and it's very supporting in the one hand, and in the other hand, we are not doing it just to showing it off. We're doing it because I know that people care. My managers care about me. My managers supporting my being part of this culture and this community. And I think that this is the best things you can do in those days to support the LGBTQ community. Just don't put us outside. We are part of everything.
Well said. I agree. So, And what makes you passionate about what you do at Adcore?
I think that my passion for PPC has never got off. I think that every day I'm going on, I'm being more in love with the PPC, with the platforms, with the tables, with the numbers. There is nothing that exciting me most to see my client, that my client is happy with the results and they bringing us the opportunity to scale up and to see more audiences and to see more creatives. I think that this is the core of what we are doing. And if you are not liking this, you don't need to do PPC. So as a person that doing PPC almost for 9 years, I think it doesn't look, I know. But as a person that does those things for 9 years, I think that everyone should keep the passion towards how professional you are and how much do you know how to use the platforms and how do you know how to combine them. I'm going to use Google Ads and then complete the circle with the Facebook ads and Criteo and RTB and Outbrain and Taboola and on and on and on and on. There are infinite platforms today. I started advertising when it was just like Meta and Google and some native platforms, and that's it. And today it's very big industry that is being innovative each and every day. So if you're asking me what I'm passionate about, it's first of all, it's the results, and the second of all, the need to stay updated. It's a very איך אומרים מתחדש?
Innovative.
It's a very innovative environment, and I think that it's a very good place for me to be in because I'm never getting bored.
Nice. So with all your years of experience in PPC, what is your top tip for someone that wants to get into PPC, that wants to master it and use it like you do?
Believe in yourself. I think that everyone could be a part of this industry if you just have the certain passion for it. I think that if you are not being curious about how my ad worked and how the audience respond to this and to that and to this offer and to that offer, you don't need to be at PPC. But if you are like...
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But if you're not into the numbers and the latest trends, then maybe PPC it's not for you, and it's okay, because it's like to being a waitress. We said that there is a very common said that if you can, not anyone can lift up a tray. So they're in here. If you are not getting excited with Excel and the numbers and how the audience responded, so maybe you shouldn't do PPC.
Got it. And then what advice would you give to LGBTQ individuals who are starting their careers?
You are not different. You are maybe better than anyone else because you had to go through some events that not anyone should have been through. I think that you should keep your calm and strong and be yourself when you're coming to interviews. I never felt the need to hide it in interviews, and most of my life, before I came to Adcore, when I was interviewing, I always put it in that or other way. I always said that I'm lesbian because I wanted to see also my future employees, how they're responding to that. When I saw future employees that didn't respond for that as I wanted them to respond, I didn't continue with the process. So I think that the power is on our hands, and we are the better people, and we should give the world our colorful and meaningful life.
Yeah. Amazing. Perfect. Toda raba.
Toda.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for listening. As I said, this was our first episode in a series that we will be continuing in the long term to look at inclusivity and making the workplace a safe space for everybody. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our blog posts and check out our website.